All right, let's dive into the Garden Playbook. We're going to look at 3 real-world AI agents, and not just what they do, but how they actually work together as a team. So let's get right to it. We're talking about 3 incredible garden agents, working end-to-end. You've got one that can draw you a polished illustration from just a single sentence, another one that's up at 6 a.m. every single morning publishing a curated AI news report, like clockwork. And get this, one that actually helped write the very lesson this explainer is based on. And the kicker? They're all built on OpenClaw, they all run in Feishu, and they all talk to each other. So what's the promise? Well, by the end of this, you're going to have 3 concrete copy and paste recipes for real AI agents. This is the practical playbook, part 2 of our guide. We covered all the theory in part 1, but today is all about building. Okay, here's our game plan. First, we'll break down the recipe for the image agent, then the news agent. After that, the writing agent. Then we get to the really cool part, orchestration, where they all team up. And finally, we'll talk about how you can start building. Let's get into it. First up, recipe number 1, the image agent. The magic here is going from one simple sentence to a beautiful, polished illustration. So how does it do it?
And when I say one sentence, I'm not kidding. Look at this. The prompt is just normal everyday language. Draw me a hand-drawn, minimalist illustration introducing the 6 elements of an agent. That's it. No complicated code, no weird parameters, you just ask. So how is that even possible? What's going on under the hood that makes this work so well? Well, it actually boils down to a pretty simple 3-step recipe. First, we configure the models. Second, we build a custom skill. And third, we give the agent a persona and, crucially, a memory. Now, the setup here is really smart. The agent has access to 2 different models. You've got NanoBana, which gives you absolutely top-tier quality, but, it's not cheap. So to balance the cost, it also has Seedream, a really solid, cost-effective choice. All you do is plug in your API keys, and the agent is smart enough to pick the right tool for the job. But this is the real secret sauce. You create a custom skill that's basically just a library of your favorite prompt styles. Think of it as its own little art book. Then you put one simple instruction in its long-term memory. Hey, before you draw anything, always check this library first. And just like that, it learns your aesthetic. And what you've created isn't just a tool, it's a specialist. It's like having your own personal, world-class AI image prompt engineer on call, one that remembers exactly how you like things done. That's a total game changer. Okay, on to our second recipe, the news agent. If the first one was all about creativity on demand, this one is all about tireless automation. It's your daily AI report without you lifting a finger. And the magic is just that. Every single day, an automated AI daily report just shows up in Feishu. It completely replaces what used to be a manual script you'd have to run yourself. Now, 0 daily intervention. It just works. The setup here has 4 parts. First, you install an email skill. Next, you adapt any local scripts you're already using. Then, you lock in the workflow in the agent's memory. And finally, you schedule it all with a heartbeat skill. And here are a couple of pro tips for you. First, use a generic email skill, like IMAP SMTP email. This makes it super portable and saves you from the headache of dealing with provider-specific logins. Second, you probably don't need to rewrite your analysis scripts. Just tweak them a little so they read from a local file, which the agent can drop in place with a simple command. Easy. All right, let's look at our third and final specialist, the writing agent. And I really want you to think of this one less as a tool and more as an AI writing partner. Yeah, this distinction is so important. It's not a ghostwriter just churning out text. It's a partner that helps you research, helps you build outlines, helps you polish your phrasing. And like I mentioned before, this is the agent that helped write the very lesson we're going through right now. So, what's in its toolkit? 3 main things. For web searches, Tavali is a great choice because it gives back really structured results. For getting the words out, the built-in Feishu Docs skill works perfectly. And then there's my favorite part, a custom DAI-Fi skill, whose whole job is to make the writing sound more human, less robotic. Brilliant. And to make sure you get consistent quality every single time, the agent follows a strict workflow that's stored in its memory. It confirms the topic with you, does the research, drafts an outline for your approval, writes the sections, pulls in the sources, and then does that final polish to DAI-ify the whole thing.
It's a reliable process from start to finish. Okay, we've met the artist, the reporter, and the writer. Now for the grand finale, orchestration. This is where we see how one prompt can trigger the work of all three agents, working together as a team. And just look at this prompt. It's not a detailed list of instructions. It's a high-level goal. You're just telling an orchestrator, hey, go get the daily news report, get some images made for it, and then get the writer to expand on it and put it all together. So how does the orchestrator handle that? It's smart. It breaks it down into a logical three-phase plan. Phase 1, it dispatches the news agent to fetch the content. Phase 2, it sends the image agent off to create the visuals. And Phase 3, it tasks the writing agent with the final assembly. Each specialist does the part it's best at. It's like a project manager for your AI. And this quote just nails it perfectly. You don't have to tell each agent how to do anything. You just tell the orchestrator what outcome you want. That right there, that's the whole point. It's about focusing on the what, not getting bogged down in the how. So there you have it. You've seen the individual recipes, and you've seen what happens when they team up. Now it's your turn to get building. And if you want the absolute simplest way to get started, you can try the SetupClaw app. It's £70 from setupclaw.uk/app. That's the playbook. Now go build something amazing.